Good evening, Bruin fans and Hokie fans, and welcome to a special edition here of Something Bruin here on Sports Talk with Rags. As tonight here we have the honor to have 96 alum of Western Branch and also former Hokie and NFL player Shyrone Stith with us. Hi, Shyrone, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How you been doing? We haven't talked in a long time.
I know, man. It's good to reconnect, and thanks for coming on. I know that this week kind of exciting here at the end of the week, and been been 30 years
Yeah,
since
man.
you were one of the seniors there for Western Branch football.
Yeah. Man, you said 30 years. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yep. It's been 30 years for sure.
Yeah. So growing up, I mean, did you play all sports or did you just kind of focus on focus on football?
I focus on football and track. My mom always wanted me to play baseball, but
Okay.
baseball always intertwined with track.
Right.
And for me, baseball wasn't it's not that I didn't like baseball. For me, it was too slow,
Right.
slow pace. But looking at these contracts now, I should have played. Should have went out for the team at least to see where I was at. But I always admired Dre Black because he ran
Yeah.
track, played football, he played baseball, he ran outdoor track,
Right.
basketball. So yeah, those guys like that, I admired those guys because they did everything. My
Right.
friend Tavis Graves, he played baseball too at Western
Right.
Branch. So,
That's right.
um,
Yeah, and Calvin Diggs.
Calvin Diaz, another one too. Yeah, yep. So it was just first of all, I had Coach Wade Williams on my back.
Oh,
Had to run track. Cause Dre wouldn't come to practices that he would run on track meets.
right.
He would be at baseball practice. He was like our Deion Sanders or Bo
Right.
Guy. He did multiple sports. So I always admired that about him. But yeah, I was always trying to get faster. So track, indoor track, and outdoor track was my thing after football.
Right. And let's see, and you started here with school football there at the junior high, right?
Yeah, that was my first time playing organized football.
Oh, okay.
My mom wouldn't let me play um, like Pop Warner or anything like that because she said I was too small.
Right.
So, I didn't play uh, until middle school. I want to say maybe seventh grade.
Yeah.
Seventh grade is my first year playing football, and then, even there, the coaches said I was too small to play running back.
Oh, okay.
But I started at DB on the
Right.
big side, so I was like, "How be too small to play one position, but on defense at DB?" So it's one of them things I kept, I use it as motivation.
Right.
Hoping next year I get a shot. Eighth grade didn't happen. Hoping I get a shot in JV.
Yeah.
So one of those things that I kept using as motivation, I never gave up on. So I knew I had the skill set to play running back. I just needed that one shot to prove to the coaches that I could.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. And then let's see, and then when you got into, high school there freshman, when was the first year that you were on varsity? Was
Now,
it
my freshman year,
freshman year?
yeah, I was moved up from JV at the end of the JV season,
Okay.
and I luckily got in for the Oscar Smith game.
Okay.
And my first play playing varsity, I ran it back for a 70-yard touchdown.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So funny thing about that was the only year I played Oscar Smith. I was always injured.
Oh.
It was either an ankle or a knee injury every year. That was my only time I played against Oscar Smith, my freshman year in my high school. Yeah. Yep.
And to all the listeners out there, I mean, isn't it funny that you as you were growing up, and they're in junior high, because I guess we're showing our age, but at the time the middle school wasn't the middle school, it was junior high. But here you were being told, hey, you're too small to play running back, but you just kept working hard, and then they're in high school, you take off for a 70 plus yard touchdown.
Yeah. So what gave me the break? I forgot the what game we were playing,
Right.
but Joey Clayton, we're still friends today.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Another
He
96 class.
96, class of 96. He got injured in a game, I think. It wasn't at practice, I think it was in the game. And then that catapulted me to be the starter on offense at halfback on doing JV, because I think the starters were Daron Watson, Tony Turner, and Joey Clayton at halfback. And when I want to say it was his leg or something like that.
Okay.
Second string, and when he got hurt, that's when I got moved up to be the starter. Yeah. So Joy, I owe you. I owe you a bit from Joy.
Right. Well, and and then I guess focus in on track their freshman year, and then sophomore you were just ready to work out with the team and make the varsity there when sophomore season started.
Oh yeah. Even then we had some ballers on the team. We had Corey Hunter. I think that's his name, Corey Hunter. Then we had Marco Hernandez at halfback.
Right.
We had Dre. Even Dre wasn't starting at that time.
Oh, okay.
On offense my freshman year.
Right.
But we just had a whole slew of like athletes on the team, and that kind of built my confidence up that I can play with these guys, and I can play against the Norcoms and Decrease and Indian Rivers, and Churchland. That was our big rivals. And we just love to compete, because we really competed the whole week during practice. Back then we had 2-a-days, we had hard practices, and then the game wasn't easy, but it was easier than it would have been had we not practiced the way we did. We had great coaches teaching us off the field and on the field how to become great students in the classroom, to be polite, always be mannered wherever you go. And then they really drilled us on the football field. It was like a different person on the football field. Which, looking back, you can appreciate that and relate. You want to be another person on the field, but you also want to be humble, respectful to other people outside of the field, your teachers, your friends, the cafeteria lady, the custodian, the people. Because we used to eat at what we used to eat at?
Golden Corral on Western Boulevard.
Western Branch Boulevard. Yes. And sometimes guys would get out of hand, but Coach Johnson always reeled them back in. Was like, listen, like, these people are taking care of you, preparing your food, giving you drinks. You need to have some type of composure and be polite when you out in the open. So we always got those life lessons from all our coaches.
Right. Yeah, and the thing is I know that there's a bigger focus on the student athletes, today, but yeah, that's the thing. Like when we were growing up there at Western Branch, I mean, it was like one big family, and teaching how to respect the people that were taking care of you and preparing your food and being there, both on and off the field.
Yeah. And you gotta give that to Coach Johnston, Coach Decker, They were always on our case. Um, I'm just thinking of like guys in my head right now, but Coach Burke as well. Coach Burke is one of those key guys that if we don't have Coach Burke, we're not the same team. So we had looking back, I forgot what year it was, but we were sitting around talking about all our high school coaches, and we was like, yo, we were really blessed to have Coach Burke, Coach Donovan, all these great coaches. Compared to what you see nowadays, you have guys that think they know the game, think they know what to do, and they just put on the show. They just got a clown suit on and they just feel. So it's very different now. But they really know the game of football and other sports they talk.
Yes, and then as you got older, and then also being part of Western Branch football there when I know you graduated there in the class of '96, but the fall of '95 was your senior season. That was also when your class was coming in. That was also the time where Western Branch football was turning the page
Mm-hmm.
to being, and you bring up the Portsmouth schools. I mean, back then the Southeastern District was Chesapeake and Portsmouth. So, you and Lorenzo and Joey and Tavis, just part of Bruin football there when we were changing the culture of just being 6-4 or 7-3 to
Yeah.
now being a powerhouse there in the Southeastern District.
Yeah, we took great pride in the Southeastern District. When we were there, we felt like that was the best district in the state.
Yeah.
You look at Deep Creek, Indian River, the old Norcom, Wilson. We were trying to make a come up in our football program. Churchland wasn't too far behind,
Right.
but we had some great talent on those teams. Look at our games. There used to be like 15, 10,000 people.
Right.
The helicopter, the wavy TV 10 used to be. I'm like, yo, this is going. We used to look up like, what we doing?
Friday night flights.
Right. There you go. Friday night flights. Man, it was so funny to like think about stuff, but during that time, we were so caught up in the game that we really didn't like think about that. It really didn't sink in until like years later after we would talk about it. Or we'll see old games on, I forgot what channel. They just
Channel
show
48.
Channel 48. They show old games and stuff like that. And even the commentator would give our players nicknames and stuff.
Right.
So we used to trip off stuff like that, but it was a great time. And plus, that's when kind of like Tidewater hit a boom and like guys really going off to like big Division I colleges.
Right.
It was a time where like guys couldn't pass the SAT, so they couldn't go to the big name colleges. You wouldn't see them on TV, and before you know it, you forgot about these guys. But during around that time, people were, doing their thing in the classroom, getting SATs that they can actually get those scholarships in the clearinghouse. And then you would see these guys on TV. That's what motivated all of us. We saw Dre go to North Carolina, had this spectacular year. He had his freshman year.
Yeah.
I mean, that hyped us up. So you can just imagine when me and Lorenzo or other guys went to colleges, how other guys on our team or guys we played with at Deep Creek or in the River or Churchland, how we felt. I mean, Dion Dyer at Deep Creek went to UNC, which we told him come to Virginia Tech. So I think that really helped our area, seeing guys go to bigger colleges. So these younger guys can like aspire to do the same thing. Because a lot of times, I guess the talent wasn't a problem. It's just to get their head in their books and really studying so they can get those grades and get the SAT score to so they can live out their dream.
Yeah. So, before we talk about, how you went to Virginia Tech and, being part of the 2000, Sugar Bowl. I mean, so, being part of Western Branch, I mean, so did Coach Cook, reach out to you? I mean, I'm looking forward to being there Thursday night when the current team recognizes you.
We were at a mutual friend's birthday party, I think in late July.
Okay.
He told me, and it didn't. When he first told me, I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" And he I was started laughing. He started laughing, and he's like, "No, I'm serious." I was like, "Really?" And then I was like, "Oh man," I felt like a tear was gonna come out my eye. I was like, "Oh man, you don't have to do that." He's like, "No, man, we need to do it. We need to do this and do that." And I was like, "Man, hey, I'm honored. I'm humbled. I'm honored. It's a great thing to bestow on me." But I played for my coaches and my teammates.
Right.
Try to leave everything out in the field. I think I forgot the guy at Tech, but he said, "Why you never mad after a game? You lose the game."
Right.
Because I leave everything on the field. I do everything I can. I said, now I'm not saying I'm not hurt.
Right.
we lost, we didn't win the game. I said, but when you leave everything on the field, there's nothing else you can do. The better team won today. But when he told me that, I was excited and disbelief. And I also felt like, you sure you want to do this, man? You sure you want to do this? I'm just all my friends, I'm not someone that goes to awards and honors and all that stuff. I'm not. That's not me.
Right.
I let other people talk about their achievements. I don't know any records. I don't know nothing I hold. If I hold anything, I just played for the game. I played for my coaches. I played for my teammates.
Yeah. And so when it was time or you had the idea that said, "Hey, I think I might want to play at the next level." I mean, so and I guess we're showing our age also because there was no huddle, there was no social media. So was it camps as you were going into your junior year, or how did you go about with the recruiting process?
With going to Virginia Tech?
Yes.
Couldn't afford camps. That was something. You see these pamphlets, guys will have. I guess colleges would send stuff to Coach J.
Right.
You hand it out or leave it out for whoever they wanted to go to the camps. And we just look at those things like blocks of gold, God, man, I wish I had the money to go to this UNC camp or this UVA camp or Maryland camp, but we just didn't have the money. So back in our day, coaches used to actually come to practices and come to games.
Right.
We didn't have huddle. They weren't giving out scholarships at camps anyway, they are now. So like I said, when I was playing, it really was hard-nosed football. If they liked what they saw when they came to a game, you got to look then. But it really didn't hit me until Coach J called me into his office and told me teams were looking at me and that I could possibly be playing at the next level in college.
Okay.
But in doing so, and the same on the other side of the token, he was like, "Now let's look at these grades."
which for everybody out there,
right,
he was a guidance counselor.
Right. He was a guidance counselor. He was my head football coach and my guidance counselor. So he gave me the good news first,
right?
And then of course that motivated me. Then he was like, "Okay, let's look at these grades," which I didn't have bad grades. I did have maybe 2 or 3 classes that I could have did better in.
Right.
And in doing so, to raise my GPA up. My senior year, instead of getting out of school at 11:30 or 12 o'clock,
right,
I took all 3 of those classes over again. So I was a senior. I was a senior getting out at 3:30 like everybody else. And then I was in classrooms with I think 10th graders. One class was 10th grade math. I forgot what math, maybe geometry, and algebra 1 class. And I think it was a reading class I took over too.
Okay.
It was like I didn't run track that year because I wanted to focus on
Football.
not even football, like after football. It was after football.
Oh, okay.
To focus on my classes and SAT, and then I was working as well. So I had a lot on my plate. And we had just moved from we didn't just move, but we moved from Dunedin to Sherbrooke.
Okay.
Off of airlines. So I had a lot of different things going on my junior year and my senior year that I really wanted to focus on getting a scholarship, being qualified to get a scholarship. I had all these teams after me and a couple of teams that fell off, but a lot of teams were still on waiting for me to get qualified. Yep.
Yeah, and so just staying the course, working hard, having a coaching staff in your corner.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was it there right after senior football season of your senior year where you got the offer to go 460 West there to Blacksburg?
Yeah. Finally got the SAT score. I took the SAT. Oh my God, I don't know about it. I think I took it 5 times.
Okay.
I took it 5 times. I got a job. I was paying for the next 3 I paid for the SAT myself. Getting up early, driving to the testing site, going to prep classes. I just really wanted to get a scholarship.
Right.
I felt like if I didn't do that, I would be letting myself down, along my mom, the team down, like everybody that was rooting for me.
Right.
I really put all my energy into that. And then when I finally got that score for the SAT, it was over. But then, go ahead.
Oh, Shyrone, I'm sorry to interrupt, but we got a special guest here.
Go Jay!
So,
I knew it was something. What's up, Coach? What's up, Coach? Man, Coach is looking younger out there, man. He's about 54.
Right.
It's clean living.
Hey, so we were just talking about how you talked to Shyrone, saying how with his abilities, he could play at the next level, and with you being a guidance counselor, you kind of helped him here with what he needed to focus on in the classroom, and so that's what we were talking at here. So appreciate you. You coming on and joining us.
He's one of my boys. He's one of my favorite. I tell you what, when I talk about people, he always comes up in conversation because he got a whole chapter in my book.
Right.
I had to tell the story about his freshman year. I hope he mentioned that the first time he touched the ball in a varsity game, he went.
Yeah, and he said that in junior high, the junior high coaches said that he was too small to play running back.
Yeah.
Well, that was the case with JV. I'm not going to mention the coach, but he said, yeah, he'll never play.
Yeah. See?
Then one day we're running pursuit drill, and none of the varsity first team defense can catch this guy running down the sideline.
Right.
I walk over and go, who is that? They go, that's that Stith kid. We need to take a look at him.
So that happened. Yeah. That happened. Then he was like, all right, go do it again. Let me see. So I did it again. They were like, do it again. I was like, this is the 3rd time now.
Oh yeah.
I'm tired now.
But they still can't catch him. So we let him stay on JV most of his freshman year, but brought him up at the end of the season, and It was Coach Donovan up. He said, "Give Shyrone one carry. Give Shyrone." All right, I'll do it. So it was late in the fourth quarter, and handed off on 9:29, baby.
9:29. 9:29.
And he made that cut and was gone. So that was portends of everything to come. Of course, his best night was opening night of your junior year against Granby.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was Granby. That was hold on. That was junior year. First game.
Right.
Oh,
they played over at Norview because they were still building their stadium.
Right.
And Rags, he just had he scored 5 times. I mean, and none of them were short. It was all 60 yards or more. And I can remember big old Todd Hollowell going down and cutting off, and here's Todd about 6'8" and Shyrone about 5'8", cutting off his tail, and he just kept going all night long. What I said in the book, just the classic running back, everything you want in a great running back: speed,
thank you,
power, the ability to cut. But yeah, your vision, Shyrone, I think to me is what impressed me the most, and I know it continued with Coach Height and Coach Beamer at the next level.
Yeah,
I enjoyed watching you play. We went up to a lot of games when he was playing there, and that was fun. We were in New Orleans for the national championship game that night too. I didn't think they gave you enough carries myself.
Oh man, yeah, that was a tough game, boy. I tell you that. I still haven't seen that game all the way through. I can't do it.
It was a tough one. Yeah, we came home that night, and Mandy goes, "I know where I'm going to college." And I said, "Well," she said, "I'm going to Virginia Tech." She flew down there with me, Shyrone. The two of us went to the game.
Yep.
And that sold her on Tech that night.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Well, yeah, and that's where, I'm sure Brian's going to be listening to this episode, but, after Brian was done at South Carolina, he worked there with a football team there at Virginia Tech.
Yep. He came up at, what, Shyrone, your junior year, maybe?
Junior year, yep.
98, 99, yeah.
Okay.
He got there just in time for the good time.
Yeah, he loves to laugh about he'd have to go wake up Michael Vick to come to a press conference.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Michael didn't want to get interviewed. Brian would go, "You got to come, Mike. You got to go.
You got to do it. You got to do it." Oh, my goodness.
But, I don't know, and Shyrone's too humble to mention it, but Western Branch had 2 guys starting on offense in the national championship game that night, Regs.
Right.
Shyrone at tailback and Emmett at wide receiver. I mean, have you ever heard of that happening before?
No.
But that's the caliber of players that we had for that great run through the 90s and then the 2000s. So, he was this guy. And all right, now I got to add one other thing. He changed his jersey number. Did he tell you that story?
Not yet.
All right, Shyrone, you're on. Tell me about that one. That's special.
So we had a good friend pass away, Tony Turner, and he wore 30 JV, and I wanted to dedicate my senior year to him. So that's when I changed my number from 22 to 30.
Yep.
And then my when I was with the Colts, I got 32. I wore 30 with the Colts to keep him as a remembrance in my mind.
Absolutely.
Changed to 32. So
that Rags is the epitome of what this young man is and has been his whole life. That speaks volumes.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about where he talked about the coaching staff that you had, and then he talked about the upperclassmen as him and Lorenzo and Joey, how that 96 class was just coming in, and then when they got to be upperclassmen, but Shyrone started off by talking about, how you preached and the assistants on, talking about being just as good a player on the field and in the classroom, and where the team had pregame meals at Golden Corral on Western Boulevard.
Yes, sir.
Yep. We'd come down Tyreek Road and hit that light there at the 17, and 2 cars would get through and then turn red again.
Yep.
It was good because the buffet was never crowded.
Yep.
Running kids through.
Exactly.
Yeah, that kind of stuff was important, and
Yep.
I just again stole it from Michigan years ago. Big team, little me. It's all about what we accomplished together.
Yep.
Yeah.
We had great times there. Great times.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now it was your senior year. We went 8-2 and didn't make the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
I mean, can you believe that, Rags? The teams now are going 3-7 and making the playoffs.
Yeah.
We go 8-2, we can't get in. And we beat Indian River, who made it, and the guys were, and they're going, wow. I'm going, we're Division 6, they're Division 5.
Right.
They couldn't understand that. But to go 8-2 and not make the playoffs just was ridiculous.
In the river that year, won state that year.
Right.
They won state that year.
We beat them badly.
Yeah.
And to all the listeners out there, I mean, every other sport was either AAA, AA, single A, but always for football, we always had that different group 6, group 5, and that's right. I forgot where Indian River, they're in the mid 90s, was in our district, but one
Different
level under than us, so they got to the playoffs and we didn't.
Yeah.
But so Shyrone, then that 2000 Sugar Bowl team, put Virginia Tech there on the national map. So then, what was the things that was giving you the opportunity to then, hey, I think I have a shot at the NFL?
That year, my stock was going up and up and up. And I think I met with Coach Beamer and Coach Height maybe twice at the bowl site about leaving. I told them I wasn't leaving early. All year, I didn't think about leaving early until the game happened. In the game, I was injured, I think 3 times.
Yeah.
The same knee twice. And I fought through that, and I was doing okay. And then it was on a play fake. I think Richard Seymour or somebody like that from the Florida State. He went for the fake, tackled me, but he gave me a high ankle sprain.
Oh boy!
So you know anything about high ankle sprain, you're out for the game. You can try to shoot it up, you do whatever. You're not gonna be
right.
You're not gonna be ready.
Right.
So that put me out. That happened with like a minute or 2 left in the second quarter. So I was out of the game after that. Andre Kendrick did a great job carrying the offense. It didn't lose a beat. We just didn't have enough firepower. I was injured. Ricky Hall broke his leg that week during practice. And I think we had some inexperience on defense as well. But Florida State was just too much. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have enough depth.
Right.
Here's one thing I do remember, and Jared Ferguson.
Sure.
Right, he's the fullback. So our very first first down, right? 4 downs. I think we got a first down on the 3rd down, I think. They rotated that entire 4 linemen and their linebackers. And Jared turned around. He said, "Did you see that?" I said, "Yeah." It's about a long game. It's about.
They didn't lose a beat either.
Right. They rotated that entire front 7.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We couldn't do that. So being mature and looking back, like we just didn't have enough firepower.
Yeah.
We stayed with them as long as we could, and then they just started inching away.
Yeah.
That was a great game, but great season, and a lot of lessons, and things to deal with at school and on the field on Saturdays that everybody, like, to this day, we love that season. We love that season. We learned from 98 season that we should have been there in 98 too. We lost 3 games. All 3 games, we were up by 21 or more points at halftime. Temple, we was up by more than 22 points. They came back and won. Syracuse, our boy Lorenzo.
I still talk about that one.
Maybe
he's gonna get mad at me. He's gonna get mad at me.
Maybe
why you call me out like that, Shot?
He was come on tonight.
So it's come on. So that was at Syracuse. That was McNabb last year.
Yeah,
right.
And Virginia. We had Virginia. Right. We had a couple of Florida boys saying, you know, they better than Virginia wide receivers, and they had Wilkins and is it Harris, or I forgot the guy from Newport News name. He has a podcast. He was good, and myself and Lorenzo was like, okay. We was telling these Florida boys, okay, these wide receivers are nice.
Yeah,
and they came back to their slants, boom, touchdown. Another slant, boom, touchdown. So I don't want to say we didn't get big headed 98 season, but we left a lot of points on the table. But also we used that as motivation for 99 season.
Yeah.
And all 3 of those games are classic games on ESPN that lost.
Yep.
And we had a great team. Temple game, we didn't have a quarterback. We didn't have a quarterback. Lamont Pegues was a running back. I think he had over 220 yards rushing. I had over 160. The quarterback had over 120 rushing. So we was like Georgia Southern out there, just running the ball every play. So it was one of those things that, you know, we look back, it was like, okay, we use this as motivation. We beat Alabama, beat them to death that year from the and then that just carried us on. But the best thing about our football program was Coach Gentry. Like he not only got you prepared physically, he got you prepared mentally too.
Right.
We did a lot of lifting and Ironman contests and stuff like that. He really motivated us to do our best and to not argue with one another when things weren't going well.
Yeah.
We always think about Miami Hurricanes. We knew when we played them, when they started fighting each other, we knew we won. Every year. I told Edwin James that at coach. I said we knew we beat you guys when your defense started fighting each other in late third, early fourth quarter. We got them. I promise to God, we knew every time. Look, they fighting. We knew it.
I knew Gentry was doing the job when I came up there and saw you your freshman year.
Oh,
guns were about 3 times as big as they were in high school.
Everybody thought I was on steroids. I was like, no. I said, I've just been lifting. I'm like, I meant to taste nothing but run and lift. That's all.
Yep. It was amazing. Well, I hope Jared, being his disciple, is going to.
Oh yeah, Jared
instill a lot of that in him this year now and from on. So
now I talked to Jared a couple of weeks ago. He was like, we're going to be prepared. We're going to be in shape.
Good.
But now it's just we don't know. I don't know anybody on the team except the 2 quarterbacks, first and second string quarterbacks. So we just have to wait to see what we have on the field to see how the season's going to go.
Yep.
Hopefully it goes better than last year. I think we missed the mark last year. We had a lot of talent.
Oh, wow.
We just think we missed the mark last year, but hopefully they can bounce back this year.
All right, I want to, Mark, I'll take over here for a second. You were talking about your decision to go on to the NFL. Finish that story. What culminated?
Yeah. When I got injured, I just thought to myself, okay, what if I get injured next year? If I go back to college and I can't go to the NFL. It was, like I said, it was my knee, a sore knee, and then I had a high ankle sprain.
Right.
So that kind of put things in I should just leave now. Because what if I tore an ACL
next
year, or I break my ankle next year, or anything like that? So at one part of me was like, I just told Coach Beamer and Coach Hyde and Coach J know how much I love Coach Hyde.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't leaving. And I told Coach Steinspring as well. I wasn't leaving. Then after the game, I'm just like, yo, I think I just gotta make the decision and leave. Because another person I thought about that porn dancer.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't leave early, and that happened to him.
Right.
We felt like he should have left after the Nebraska game, after we played them in the Orange Bowl.
Right.
He didn't leave, and he dropped maybe about maybe 5 rounds for staying. So, and plus, I had a child on the way. My son was on his way, and like my mom was already working 2 jobs, and I didn't want to put that burden on her. And as you know, we can't work while we're in school. Only time I could work was during the summertime.
Yeah.
And then
what was your NIL deal back then, Shyrone?
Oh man, hey, listen,
Can you believe that?
If we had NIL, no one on our team would leave early. We would stay for 7 years if we could.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand these cats. They get millions and then like, I want to leave for what?
Right, exactly.
Enjoy college. Enjoy, your team.
Guaranteed money.
What? Right, guaranteed money. Why would you want to leave?
Right.
Why? Soak all of that up. I mean, again, if money wasn't a factor, I definitely would have stayed.
Sure.
But
you had to think about your future.
Right. And that was the first time in my entire, I would say, athletic life that I had to be selfish on that end.
Right.
That's the only time that I think I've been selfish. Thinking about my son coming. I didn't want to put a burden on my mom, right, and then my own body. Like I said, I only played 3 seasons in the NFL because I had two surgeries on the same injury.
Wow.
So that injury could have very well happened in Virginia Tech had I came back.
Never got the chance. Yeah,
I never would have got the chance. So it's one of those things, you think about, and you said that's life, and I made a decision. I don't regret the decision.
Right.
I still talk to my teammates the next year. Matter of fact, might have talked to 4 or 5 that game. They should have played LSU, and we had that big thunderstorm, and it hit.
Right.
I was like, and Jacksonville ready. I was like, yeah. Then I'm like, cancel the game. Come on, man. So we had a great team. We kind of figured that in '96. On my visit, '95 on our visit, I love the team because the team reminded me so much of our team at Western Branch.
Okay.
As soon as myself and Lorenzo got there, it was like they opened us with open arms. 95 when we went to the spring game, me, Lorenzo, Malik Cook, Tavis Graves, Idris Sherrod, Dominic Tao, we all went to. No, it's 95. When we played Miami, when we beat them, we all went to that game. The team opened their arms to them too. So it was like it didn't matter who we brought to the team,
right?
Like a big brotherhood. And I don't know how the team is now, but by then it was a great team.
Right. Well, and so then after your professional career, then you got into teaching and a little bit of coaching there to give back to the next student athletes.
Yeah, I coached with Coach J.
Okay.
Yeah, Coach J. We had a great team. That's when Cortland Mariner and Maurice Cheese and Tyson was there.
Yep.
Eric Black, he was on the team, and his brother was on the team. Mm-hmm. Great set of kids.
Yeah.
I think Lorenzo's brother Darius was on the team.
Yep.
And that was my first time seeing him since I left to go to college. I couldn't believe. I was like, God, man, he's tall. So that was great talking to those guys and coaching them. And I'm still talking to those guys today.
Good.
Still to today. So we got a great bond going on.
Yeah. Well, hey, Coach Jay, thanks for coming on, and any
man, this crazy surprise.
last few words here as we wrap up.
Well, I'll be there Thursday night, Shyrone.
Oh man, appreciate it.
Well deserved. So
thank you, Coach. Thank you.
Right,
yeah.
Take care,
and,
Mark. I'm signing off.
All right.
See you Thursday.
All right. Take care.
And Shyrone, any final words here before we wrap up?
Just thank you for having me once again, and thank Rashad Cook for helping giving me this crazy honor of honoring me on Thursday. Like I said, I had a great team, great coaching staff. All of our teammates wouldn't be what we are today without Coach Burt, Coach Decker, Coach Johnston, Coach Hall. Remember him, Coach Donovan as well. We just had a great coaching staff. We had great guys on our team, and we won the right way. And if we lost, we gave you everything we got. And we still have those great memories to this day. And we can hold our head high because that's the way we played. So I'm looking forward to Thursday, seeing all my classmates. Some of my teammates will be there. Some of my coaches will be there. So it's just bittersweet that Tony Turner won't be there, but I'll represent him, and the rest of my teammates will definitely do that as well.
Yes, and Shyrone, I mean, you bring up Malik, being Rashad's older brother, Rashad, back as head coach, and Rashad and Keith and their class was coming up when you and Lorenzo and your class were the upperclassmen.
So that's one thing I want to say too. In '98, me and Lorenzo wanted to come back so bad to see them play, but we couldn't because we couldn't leave on a bye week.
That's right.
They would make us run Saturday at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, and the game is Friday.
Right.
So we could never come back to a game and see those young guys ball out like they did. They had a great season. That's probably, I wouldn't say probably, it's definitely probably the best Western Branch team that we've had there, the '98 season.
Yeah, and if you go 81 to 64 whole, then you have speed traps, but then definitely 460 East is definitely speed traps.
Yeah. 460 East is definitely speed traps. You don't want that on your record. Matter of fact, we got when we went to the Miami game, we beat Miami.
Yeah.
We got pulled over on the way home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you're right. You're definitely right.
Well, hey, Shyrone, appreciate you coming on, and glad that we reconnected there over the weekend. And I know that Rashad and the program honoring you there Thursday night. I know that since school's not in session, it's gonna kick off at 6 o'clock.
Yeah,
they're on Thursday, and Coach Jay, popping in, and I know Lorenzo, he's down Florida, coaching his son, so he's like Rags, thanks for the invite, but I don't think I can come on. But thanks for coming on, and I'll see you out there Thursday night.
All right, man. Thanks again, and I'll see you Thursday, man.
All right. So hey, Bruin fans and Hokie fans, Shyrone Stith here with us tonight, and an appearance by Coach Johnston, who was the high school coach and both of our guidance counselors.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks again, and see you Thursday.
All right.
All right.